Hello there. Today I'm going to show you how I create application programming interfaces based on GraphQL, which I really love so much. It is created by Facebook, and I'm really excited that a lot of people now are using it. In the past few years, the community grows very much. So the basic idea is that in the classic REST example, for example, REST is a representational state in transfer, which you can create such a kind of queries to the server, which are involved with some kind of parameters like body, put, delete, post, get, and you can create a lot of things with that, but it has some limitation that you cannot afford to use only that kind of environment unless you create a lot of interfaces and a lot of things that will help you to not pollute your code. So, for example, I will start with my implementation. Before 2-3 weeks, I decided to create application programming interface, again based on GraphQL, which is like Angular 4, Angular 5 application, and it's like you can migrate really easily. And the basic idea that you have is app model, and you can import things inside app model, like another model which is gapi model. You can import user model, and then it will be automatically resolved, and it will be created instance of this model, which everywhere in the application it will be the same. For example, here I have configuration config service. This is app config. It is not in the latest state. It's just a development in this stage. So you can modify and change your port settings. There is a lot of more settings inside this app config, but I need to configure it to be more precise of what you can do with that settings by this moment. So I will explore more in details, like here, for example, user module. Inside app module, we created root. This is the repository root folder. This is source, and this is app. It is good to create first these 3 directories, because here will be our app module, and it's more structured like Angular to application, TypeScript application. So here we have defined our user module, which is inside user folder. So app user module. So here we have inside user module we have some services. We inject our services, user service, another service, and another service, and another service, just like in Angular, but it's changed the providers word, because I decided it's better to have services instead of providers. Here there are services. You need to use them as just like providers. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So this user module we imported inside app module. So we have now loaded also user module, but we have some modules that we didn't specify in this moment. So we have some controllers. Controllers are basic user queries, mutation, or subscription, which is not for now the case. We have some now queries and mutation controller. These controllers are related with resolvers, which will be resolved with user queries or user mutations. So here we will define our user schema. So I will read what it says here. So we have root, again folder, source, app, I'm sorry, there needs to be app, user, type. So we have user type defined. You can customize every resolver from the schema. You can create nested schemas with gapi object type decorator. User schema. Know that you can modify response result via response modifier. So here, for example, we have one user type. User type is like just regular GraphQL object. For example, I will open the IDE to show you. We have, for example, regular GraphQL object, const user type. It's, oh sorry, it will be not type, so I will read it here. So we have const type user type 4, because I have some defined, I think, user type. No, I have. Okay, it's a good here. So new GraphQL object type, name, it's user type, fields, ID, for example, type GraphQL string, so sorry, it's integer, name. So you can create a lot of fields, and this will be your user type. But I decided, because you type a lot of things, but I want to get this user type, for example, and to say this const example will be of type user type, and this user type will be, but there is no such a thing, because this is a GraphQL object type. So I decided to create one decorator which will help us to have some more interfacing, and to strictly type our resolvers and to not miss anything. So I will show you how I've done this. So I will start with basic GraphQL object type. Here, for example, we have some username and first name, which is of type string. So you can use this, for example, like regular interface. Const user settings. So you will have user settings type first name, blah 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 blah. Sorry, username, blah 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 blah. So you have typing, but I want to create types also for the GraphQL schema. So I decided to create one for string, which I use inside the services, for example. So here, like return type, we have user type. So when I decide to change something like that, it breaks. So I don't have user type with ID key, so I need to change it to 2, and now I have it. So this is the first step, which is really important. And so you have this typing like number, regular, but it can accept GraphQL's color type, which is this kind of object, like schema object. So for example, if you want to change, for example, sorry, just to not interrupt the example. So for example, we have some username and first name like type, and I will start the project for you to show you how the things are doing. I have some here, yeah. So for now I have some values, keys. I have some find user. I will show you where it is. Here I have the find user. This is inside find user service. So let's show you from where it came from. This one, ID 1, settings, first name, username. It doesn't need to be specifically inside settings first name. I just decided to put it inside like that. For example, it is not related with any development which I need to use. Maybe I will write it like that, first name, username, but it doesn't matter. For now, we have settings, first name, username, pesho, gosho. So first, find user. We have query, which is gapi controller query. We have find user, and this find user is with user service typed. So return variable is typed. So we defined our type for this find user like user object type. So this query find user will be typed with user object type. So if I decided to write query from the scratch, let's refresh the page. We have something like find user id 1 objects id settings, again username, first name, just like the schema. So let me show you again the user object type. We have now user object type. User object type, it has id. Again, I say if I change here, it will break the service because it is typed, but it gets the object type, it gets this integer type, which is from GraphQL, scalar type, or I have sorry, here you can put this, for example. Oh no, you cannot. So you can use this GraphQL integer from here, or if you want you can use them from Gapi. It doesn't matter. I just re-exported sorry, I just re-exported the settings from GraphQL to my Gapi, so you can take the GraphQL string and GraphQL object type just for to be easy to use. So it doesn't matter from where you take it. It's GraphQL regular integer so you can check it inside the documentation. So for example, I want to modify this ID, but I want to modify the result of it. So now I have ID find user ID 1, right? You see it, right? 1. So for example, I will write here some resolver which will modify the data for this ID when it's returned. So resolve ID, it will map this kind of object and it will map it to this function. So here you will have something like root ID, and it will be 1. So just to show you, I will write it like that and we'll save the application. It will be restarted automatically. So yeah, again 1, query is 1. So for example, I decided to change it to 5. You don't need to change the user ID to 5 to return value, but I will show you how to interact with this kind of GraphQL API. So for example, I will change it to 555555, and I will save the application, and then I will again query, and yeah, again it's ID 55555, just like I told you. No matter what you say, what you wrote, it will. Oh, sorry, integer, it's 33 bits, so I cannot do that. Okay, it's 555, it doesn't matter. You need to do that like string if you want to create more characters. So for example, this, you see, it's okay. So this is GraphQL integer, so I show you how you can modify the return result. I will return now this result again to show you. It is ID 1. I will show you ID 1. Oh, sorry, I did, even if I query, it is hard coded here. I think yes, it's ID 1, ID 1, ID 1. So even no matter what I do, it will be the same. Maybe if I do that, find user, okay. Flip 5, okay, 5, it's working. Okay, it is working. So 888888, I will change the value to something that I want. 666666 36. Flip, and it's 36. So you can modify every schema that you like as you wish. You need to define decorator and ID which you want to change. So if this ID is, if this resolve it's not here, and you define just the schema, the return type will be the same like I show you. So you will not mutate data, you will get the latest data which is from the parent resolver, which is find user. So find user, it returns ID, so you will get ID. Okay, let me show you the settings. For example, I have created settings type which is the same object type, but I decided to separate it in the different file because it is more convenient to use it everywhere in the application like that. So I will show you where it is. I import it like that, and I will show you. So GraphQL object type again, you say user schema, first name, there is a resolvers. So for example, I will show you without the resolvers how it is again. So Gosho and Pesho. So this is the query. Again 66 because I changed it 66 inside the resolver, I think. Yeah. I will return my value again. 88888, okay. Find user ID 1. Okay. So I will, you see that Gosho username is Gosho and first name is Pesho. So here I will uncomment this kind of resolvers, which is modify resolvers, username, first name, especially for this kind of objects. So the return value will be username changed, but I will put my parent value like that, username plus this one. So the first one, get username will be resolved with the first parent, which will be username, and will be with some other characters, username changed in the end. So again I will save and will query, and yeah, Gosho plus username change. Let me show you with some spacing like that. Gosho username changed. I will delete this value, for example, and we will return just like that, username changed. So you can modify every result just like as you wish, and you can put every kind of thing. For example, ORM, you can object relation management, you can say like user find where ID is context ID, this is the user ID. So for example, we have some now user type, you can type it like that. So we will have some typings, get user settings, you will have, because we defined our schema like that. So we have settings to string, okay, settings ID, and we will for example include some association, include user, for example. So you can get username and you can type whatever you want here and return the value as whatever you want. Just use it what by every means and how do you want. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuck because I'm enthusiastic about this project, and really I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that's it. So we have some typings. Let's close this. We have some typings. So again, I will show you if I change username, again it will break because we don't have username, so everything is locked. So I will return this value, username, and there is an easy way, of course. You can, I'm sorry that it breaks somehow. Okay, now it's working. So there is an easy way to start this project. You don't need to type these kind of things, but I will show you how to start it from the scratch, just from scratch. You can use, for example, I will create new folder project. I will enter inside new folder project. One way is to use gapi-cli, which will help you to create new project from scratch. For example, I will install gapi-cli. So this will take the latest version from npm. It's okay, it's fast. Okay, gapi-cli new my project, for example. So this will clone some repository which is from here. We have some gapi-starter project here. this project will be cloned by this script gapi new my project, and everything will be changed with my project, for example package.json and so on. So for 21 seconds you have some application which you can use really easily. So for example, I will enter my project, I will enter my project and we will write npm start. I think I have open server, so it will be on the same port, so it will have conflict. So I will start again from here the server. Fucking shit. Okay, this one. Watching. Okay, app started. So I have some starter project which is on the same port in this kind of example that I show you. So you can see how I use these decorators and application and so on. You can check this as example, and also there is an important thing. For example, when you import services, we say that we import our user service. User service is here. User service is defined with service decorator, and there is another service imported here like dependency injection, because service, and when you inject like that private another service, this is from Angular, you can import another service like trim first letter or whatever you want to do with this kind of stuff. You can put a lot more services here, and yeah, this is it for now. So this service you can inject it inside the controller with some specific decorator, for example query. I will show you this query injector. So we have user controller and we have some injector. We have some user service and we inject user service here and define type. So now this injector will inject our user service here, and we can use service inside the query controller or mutation controller, for example, or subscription controller, which for now it's not usable because I didn't finish the last parts for this project. So we have some injector. You can copy and paste a lot of more services here, so you can put whatever you want. You can create your own services and you can put them, inject it, and use them as whatever you want and as ever you wish. So okay, let me show you the last thing. So we use this find user. I will show you how to create application from really beginning. I will not look at anything, I will just start from beginning. So first of all, I will create some folder, my project typed. So what is the clock? Okay, 23. So I will show you how much time it will cost me to create project with Gapi. I will start npm init. We'll enter npm install Gapi. Okay, that fast? Really? I'm really not kidding. Did I do everything? No. What happened? Oh, sorry, this is the package from Google. I'm sorry, this is not related with my project. Let me delete this dependency because I didn't want to do that. I need to install my dependency, which is Stradivario Gapi. Like that, Stradivario Gapi. It will take from my account here, Stradivario, repositories, Gapi. So we will wait some 20 seconds, I think, something like that. So this is real installation of Gapi, not the previous one. So I will start typing my first, for example, tsconfig, because we have TypeScript and we need to create touch tsconfig JSON. I will copy this config because I really don't know everything. So tsconfig JSON, I will copy it from the root folder that I show you in the example. So I will code and enter here. So we have tsconfig.json, compiler, touch, tslint.json. I will copy again from the starter application because I really don't need to enter all these things here. So my project, tslint, here. This is the first step. And I think this is it. Yeah. So now I will type everything from the scratch. So first of all, I will need TypeScript. Second, I will install TS Node, which will help me to not compile my application. It will be compiled on ahead of time on air. So not ahead of time, sorry, on ahead of compilation, something like that, I'm sorry. So npm install TS Node. So now I will create one task for my project to start my project. Start gapi-cli start. So this is it for now. Let me show you what it will happen. npm start. Okay, nothing because it can't find the module. It is okay. So I will start to create some folders like I show you. Make dir source, enter source, make dir app, enter app, touch app module, TypeScript. So let me show you. I will create my first module, gapi module, imports. For now we don't have imports, but I will define them. Export class app module. So we have some gapi module. I will create application bootstrapping. It is touch main ts. It will be like source main. So here I will bootstrap my app module. Bootstrap app module. It will not type it. Fuck. Sometimes it happens from Visual Studio. I don't know why, but it happens. So app module. Maybe I didn't export app module. Oh no, I exported. Okay, app module. So we have now bootstrapped app module. I will import bootstrap from gapi. Here everything is working. I will import also gapi here. Import gapi module from gapi. So this is the basic application. You can start with that. Let me show you. npm start. I think it will start the application, yeah, but it will don't have anything. Internal server error. Okay, I will put more detailed explanation what is happening, because we didn't define the schema and the application just runs and it starts the server, but we didn't define the schema. So I will show you how to define schema. So for example, I will open the new terminal and will type cd source app, make dir user. This is our user folder to be more structurized. I will create new file from user module.ts gapi module. We will have some class again, export class user module. So we have imports here, but I'm not sure that we have imports. We will have controllers here. I need to import gapi module. Gapi, it works. Typing it working. So we have now controllers. I will create our controllers. Touch query controller. Sorry. User query controller. But with like that, user query controller.ts. user query, gapi controller. Okay, it is happening. Export class user query controller. So we now have our user query controller. I will import it inside our user module, but oh, sorry, it belongs to here. So our user query controller will be imported inside controllers here, like that. So user module will be imported inside our app module, just like that. Again, it will not autocomplete. I don't know why, but it needs some time, so I will help him. User module. So everything for now is perfect. So we have now declared our first user controller. Again, I think it will not work. Yeah, because we need to define our first method here. So for example, we have some find user here. What will happen? Nothing, because we didn't define our decorators. We can use this function like regular function with new and user query controller new and so on. So for example, I will again show you the example. id1. This function will return id1. It will not happen anything for now. Again, 500. So I will define our query. This query will be without parameters. So I will just define it like that. What will happen? Oh, it says that it wants parameter. Okay, no, I don't. I will define our ID. Okay, I need to fix that because it is in not good condition. So okay, ID type GraphQL integer from Gapi. So I will define our type, return type, because we have some return type, but I didn't do anything for now. So I will import our Gapi object type, which is function decorator, and you can put export class user type, for example, ID string GraphQL scalar type, which is GraphQL integer. Sorry, it's string here, number, for example, number. So we define our schema, for example, our user type schema. So I will import this schema like that, but I need to be with new decorator. So because we need type for that, and we need to define our schema like that. But I will do it more precise, like user object type new user type. It's better. User object type something is happening. It's working. Okay, it needs some time, as you see. So for example, we define our first schema, which will be user type ID with GraphQL integer, and we will return the value of ID 1. For example, I will return again my value based on my resolver payload, just like that. ID. I will take the ID and we will return the same ID that I sent to the server. So here I will save and we'll check my server. Oh, it is working. We have some root types. Find user. Okay, user type, ID, integer. So it is working. Find user. We have some arguments, as you see. I need to remove that query if someone doesn't want arguments. It should be working now, for example, like that. If I save it like that. Query settings. Yeah, I don't have settings here. Yeah, null. Okay, why it is not query? Null. Because I return my value like that, and it will not be null. Okay, ID 1. So you see how easily I created user type and I have returned ID, and this is my really easy GraphQL-api. I'm not sure how much time it cost me, but I think it's like 5 or 6, 10 minutes, something like that. So I will show you like mutation. It doesn't need to put mutation here because it is not good. User query controller is for queries, user mutation controller is for mutations, but I will show you how you can put mutation in the same example. So from gapi you put again query, but I need to remove that, you know, I need to remove it because maybe it will be empty query. I don't want to put parameters, so it will work for now because I didn't TS-lint my project. So internal server, okay, what is happening? Mutation, user object type, find user, it's the same user type. I need find user, for example, remove user, save up. So I will write mutation, remove user, it doesn't have ID, just like that. I will remove, for example, this user will be like that. So this is how easy I create types with this kind of environment that I created with Gapi. So you can put also this return type here, for example, to be more strictly typed, like that. So if you write something like, sorry, I think it will not put this example key, it will break, as you see, like that. But if I put it inside here, like any, it is working. But now it will not work for GraphQL. I need to take this and put it here. For example, this will be GraphQL string. I will string will not be, it will be optional, so I will put it like that. So here it is, string null. I will return like that, null, because it is mutation, I'm sorry, like that. Now it will return fa. Yeah, it is working. So for example, I want to modify string fa. Resolve string, and I will put some function here, change string, for example. Again, we have some root, payload, context. So return root string plus it is working, for example, like that, and I will save. It should work. Oh, sorry, what is happening here? It's not assigned with user type. Change string is missing on type. Change string. What's happening? Change string, sorry, it should be with quote, because with question mark, because we don't need this change string resolver to be on this user type. I didn't invent any solution for now which will doesn't require to put this sign, but I think it's not a problem because you have just entrance to this resolver. You can change the string, you can type whatever you want, and you can reuse this kind of user type, and you can take it and use it somewhere, and everything you can create with that. So I will show you this basic example. We will change our fa. So for example, my test string, sorry, not query, again, my test string will be changed with my test string plus it is working. I will save it again. My test string, it is working. So we can modify everything inside this schema with this GraphQL object type. If I remove this change string and I save again the type, my test string is my test string. So you can modify everything. For example, if you want to put another type, you can put it like that. I will copy this user type user settings again type, and I will create here settings, and I will put this new settings. Sorry, what is happening? I will put this new user type settings. I prefer to do it like that, const user settings object type, it's new user settings type, and you can put it like that, settings. So now we will have avatar ID, for example, and this avatar ID, sorry, I will not erase, avatar ID GraphQL integer, okay, avatar picture string, because it will be a link, for example. You can create picture 2, 3, 4, and this will be our user settings type, for example. I will save it to show you. I will remove this thing because it is no, I will not remove it because I need to change the query also. It is working now. Oh no, it is not. So I have user settings type, which is user settings object type now, and I will apply to user type like settings. So for example, I will save application, it is already saved. I will remove the user, and yeah, it is working for now. I will show you what is the schema. Now we have settings, and inside these settings we have avatar ID picture 2, 3, 4. We will take our picture, settings is null because we didn't return settings in our service. For example, here, no, not here, it's here, settings, it show auto suggestion. Of course, here we have, what is that? Settings, what is happening? User settings type. User type is with type. Sorry, user settings object type needs to be with type user settings type. So here we will have typing. No. What? Avatar. Okay, avatar picture ID. It's 1, for example. So we will have now avatar ID. But profile picture 4, sorry, I will put profile picture 4 also, profile avatar profile picture 4, it will be string for example. I will save the application, again query avatar picture is I will change this, for example, ID, this string to rest, Wikipedia rest, and it will be like that, avatar picture. So I will modify again this result for avatar picture 4, resolve avatar picture 4, change avatar picture root payload context, so return root avatar picture 4 plus it is working, for example, like that, and I will save my again application. So I will change this avatar picture to this link rest with it is working, rest it is working. So you can have complete control of your type schema. You can create everything whatever you want. I need to fix that. I show you it is optional, not required, optional. Why am I so stupid? So guys, this is it for now. I show you how to create application from scratch. It is not so hard. It is like main bootstrap app module. Inside app module we have some imports, which is user module. This user module is imported like controllers, user query controller, and this query controller we defined our first find user, remove user, which is mutation, and query. The basic things I will show you with subscription, but for now it is not working and I need to fix it. So this is it, GraphQL object type, use it, it is typed, so you can, for example, string, you can create user type like that, maybe some only this like that. User object type is user type, and you can modify your resolvers, you can modify here your resolvers, whatever you want. This is it, guys. I hope you love it. I really will like if you write some issues if it has, and if you like, just start it. I appreciate it, and I really recommend to start a project like that. For example, npm install globally nodemon, ts node, and typescript, for example. Npm install gapi-cli, which and then you can gapi-cli new my project name. You can specify here whatever you want, my name, and enter inside my project npm start and open browser to GraphQL. You'll see the basics example. You'll see how you can interact with this kind of container application that I've created. There is some things inside the documentation that you can check. There is a scope, but I will explore this in another video because it has some complications. I need to show you how you can use this. For example, this particular find user, it will be only for admin and no more. For example, you can specify only for user and whatever scope you have inside your application, and you can inject, again, I show you the service, and you can use it like this user service find user. So this is it, guys. Hope you like it. Also, there is, I'm not sure that I show you, there is a dependency injection. You can put another service, but I think I show you, and this is it. Enjoy, guys. Have a great day, night, or whatever, and let's hope the community will grow bigger, and we will have more open source projects, and we will make the changes to the world that it needs, because for now it needs it really badly. So we need your help. So thank you for your time, and have a great night or day. Bye bye, and check this link. Bye bye.